Thank you guys for joining me on the weather statement. Today we are looking at major threats. 4 out of 5 risk for severe weather in parts of southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, parts of Indiana, and Iowa. This is the area we're looking at. A moderate chance, and this we already there's already derecho. We're calling this a derecho. It already has. It started in eastern Nebraska Monday morning, and the complex of storms knocked out power and caused tree damage from around Omaha, Nebraska to central Iowa. So from Omaha to central Iowa, they have caused power outages and damage. So this is not a storm to mess around with. We are looking at major impacts. This is a derecho. These can produce hurricane force winds. So you do not want to mess around with these storms. So now let's look at our tornado outlook to see what to expect if there are any spin-ups available. So this storm has a tornado outlook from Iowa to Michigan, Indiana, and southern Wisconsin, Madison, Chicago, Des Moines. You are all included in this tornado outlook. This is a bad storm, and then that's a 5% risk. And then from this is for some spin ups in this storm, but the main threat is wind. So let us look at hail, and then we'll get to wind next. This is our hail outlook. Excuse me. The highest we're looking at for a 15% chance in Iowa stretches from Iowa up to northern central Wisconsin, close to the Michigan. But this is not the main threat. But still, you could have some pretty decent sized hail, and it stretches, the 5% stretches from Texas all the way up to the UP of Michigan. So this is nothing to mess around with. Be careful out there. Now let's look at our main threat, the damaging winds. This is the damaging wind chart. It has blown off the board. This is one of the biggest threats I have ever seen. As you can see, look at this chart. It's practically blown off the board. It's the highest, really. And you can see this checkered pattern. This is really the worst. This is the highest 60% chance. And the checkered pattern means even higher. So this is likely area we're getting for this derecho to come through. So you really have to be prepared. Be weather aware. Listen to your local weather stations about this. Take cover and do not be out in this storm. And also, we have damaging winds all the way from Texas over to Georgia, Alabama, back up to the UP and Iowa. So this whole area you have to look up for damaging winds, but mainly in this area, from the red to the purple. We're really looking at the worst of the severe weather. So now let's look at the hazards we have out already for these storms, and I'm sure there will be more as the storm progresses through Wisconsin and Illinois, more of Iowa. But let's look at the hazards so far, and then we'll time you out for the storm. So these are the hazards in place right now. As you can see, we already have severe thunderstorm watches all in this area and severe thunderstorm warnings in the orange. So this, you can see the severe thunderstorm warnings. This is where the storm is currently approaching, and it's getting closer to Wisconsin and Illinois, so you very much have to be prepared. This is not a complex of storms you want to just joke around with. And now let's time it out for you. Let's look at the current radar right now, and then I'll give you the precipitation, how much precipitation we're expecting in these areas. Okay, this is where it stands right now. This is the complex of storms. It does not look as bad, but when you add in all these components, it's getting very bad. So, yes, this is where it stands. This line of this is the derecho. It'll later, in the heat of the day, it'll get to a bow shaped, and that's when you know this is a very bad derecho. And now let's look at our 24-hour precipitation we're expecting for this area for you to look out for any very bad downpours. Okay, this is the area. We're not looking at crazy amounts of rain like southern Wisconsin. Not close, maybe upwards to a half an inch, but not much. These storms are just going to produce tons of very bad winds. They could damage trees, as I said. You could have power outages, and you can see down to the south. You could have 2 inches here, Illinois, Missouri border. Missouri, you could have 2 inches, inch and a half in parts of Missouri and Illinois down here. So, but we're really looking in for damaging winds right in here. So, yes, that's our very bad threat. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there and come back for more updates on storms. And um, if this derecho keeps going on, I might make more videos. Now, see you guys.